What's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of Dice It Up. Ice is here, I'm here, and we're joined by an amazing guest from the Texas women's basketball team. What are y'all now? 15-2, 16-2? Am I shortchanging?
16-2, I believe. Yeah.
Yes. Fresh off a
17, maybe 17-2. Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
17-2.
dang, I
Yeah.
shortchanged them twice. Um, that Kansas win just like flew by, it wasn't very close. I feel like y'all have had some great games with Kansas in the last few years, but that one got out of hand quickly.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Shay, thanks for joining us, hanging out and dice it up.
Yeah.
Um,
Thanks for having me.
for sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, Texas 17-2. You've kind of seen the program all 4 years. For people who don't know, Austin born and raised, right?
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
Westlake, go Chaps. Is it Chaps? Chaps?
Snaps, yeah. Close enough,
Okay.
though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
worked at a summer camp outside of Austin or Marble Falls. We had a lot of Westlake kids. Um, I don't want to make any comments on Westlake kids. I think they're all great. Um, but seeing the program change over your last, I guess this would be your fourth year at UT. Um, what can you say just about the growth? Playing for Vic, uh, going into a new stadium, etc.
Yeah, when I got here, my freshman year was Coach Schaefer's first year too, actually. So, it was a lot of change in a short amount of time. I think it was kind of like everyone was a freshman that year. Like no one there, I mean, even the upperclassmen couldn't really like show us the ropes in a sense, just because it was a whole new staff. It wasn't really any of his recruits either. So, yeah, that was, and it was COVID on top of everything.
Mm,
So freshman year definitely had some ups and downs for sure. And I think just like being able to make it to the Elite Eight that year, my freshman year, was like an insane experience. I think it was just like by the end of it, like we had all really bought into like his system, and kind of like it was just really, I didn't play much my freshman year, but I think that was honestly really good for me and a really good growing experience. Just like being able to watch from the sidelines, like really high level players that were honestly like struggling with a change, like it was having a coaching change is really hard. And so to see that, and it wasn't something they were expecting necessarily either. So to be able to watch people go through the adversity and succeed and like be part of that team was really awesome. And then my sophomore year, I didn't like play very much at the beginning of it, and then by the end of the year, I was starting, and we were in the Elite Eight playing Stanford. So just like kind of that growth was a really important year for me. Like the work I did over that summer, and even like the winter break of my sophomore year was, I think I just like kind of had a mindset change of just like I want to fill any role possible, no matter what that looks like, and it might look different every night. And again, I think that was my sophomore year. Rori came, and so she had an insane freshman year, and it was really exciting just to like be a part of that, and just to see everyone's growth and like being able to buy into like such a new system. It was really fun, and then obviously last year was a lot of fun too. I think just at this point, I think me and Deanna are the only two people left on the team, from his first year. So we've had kind of a lot of people coming in and out. And I think we feel really, really good about this group that we have now. Everyone's just really solid, and we're all like really bought into like what we want to do and what we want to accomplish. And obviously, some adversity has happened, but I think we're so close knit and like we're really there to support each other that we all still feel pretty good about it. And we're just going to go to work every day. But yeah, it's been quite a journey these 4 years for sure.
Shay, where do you feel like you've grown the most in your time under Coach Schaefer and the staff? Where do you feel like they've really stretched you and you've seen the most improvement in aspect of your game?
Yeah, basketball wise, I think definitely defensively. I think that's obviously like one of Coach Schaefer's like signatures is just defense and just guarding people and making it really hard for the other team to score and anything. So especially I think from my freshman year to now, that's definitely where I've improved the most and just really embracing that side of the floor. I think I've never been coached so hard on like defense before. But now I love it. Like that's what I look forward to. Like I want to be on the other team's best player. Like that's what I want that job. And obviously with Rori out now, like I've kind of had to step into that role a little bit, and I've really enjoyed it. I've been talking to Rory a lot, just like trying to get as much help as I can. But yeah, I think me and Coach Schaefer laugh about the like if he was like, if you would have told me you were my best defender your freshman year, like I was like, yeah, like we laugh about it just because yeah, I've definitely had to go one on one with some guys and get my butt beat for a long time before it kind of clicked. So
I feel like that's just the toughest thing about adjusting to college basketball. Like people say it's the pace or the physicality. Like I just think it's defense. I think having to guard bigger, faster, stronger, most of the time smarter players. And especially under Coach Schaefer, like I can't imagine how long it would take me to figure out the 94 feet of hell and like to actually be doing it every time. So kudos to you. Along with defense, give me a player or two where you shut them down. Like you finished the game and you were like, yeah, I did my job and I did my job, because you say that you get the best assignments, right? And so a lot of the times as a broadcasters, like that's what we're looking at. We got the best defender versus the best offensive player. Who's going to win today?
yeah.
So give me a game in which you feel like you really shut it down.
I think I mean it's pretty recent since like usually we put Rory on the best, obviously, you know, like you've seen her play defense. So I guess in the past couple of games, I think for TCU, which my heart breaks for Jaden Owens because she just tore her ACL, but she runs like she ran that team and she ran it so well. And so that was really she wasn't necessarily averaging the most points per game, but like we knew that like if she gets going, that's how the whole team operates. So I was put on her that game, and I felt really good about like just I think she struggled a little bit just getting into a groove, and like credit to my teammates too, just made that like we just took away so many driving lanes. But we felt that game wasn't the prettiest, but like we say, we just like found a way to win, and I think a big part of that was she just like couldn't get her team into a groove necessarily because you know we were trying to mess with that. Yeah, I think that game, and then the Kansas game, actually, I mean, Holly Kirkskeeter is an All-American. She's awesome, and she's been at Kansas for a while, and she always does amazing. I think she's shooting like 47% from three or
It's
something like
crazy. Yeah.
that. Yeah, she's like their all-time leading shooter in like school history, I'm pretty sure. And so I was put on her. And again, I think it was kind of a team effort. Like when you're guarding someone like that, I gotta have people helping me because I gotta be chasing her off screens and stuff. I can't go under anything with her. But yeah, I think she ended up. I think she was 1 for 6 or something like that. So just trying to be like that person for my team. Like if we have someone that we're like locked in on, like a coach is always like make someone else beat us, like try make someone else try to beat us because we know those players can go off if we give them the chance. So yeah, I try to shut them down as best I can. Obviously, they're amazing players and easier said than done for sure. But yeah.
I love that.
I mean, I was exhausted. I was at the TCU game. We ventured down to Texas for like a month during the holidays with our Bernie Doodle, my wife and I, and I was just exhausted watching y'all run, chase them throughout their entire offense. I feel like Madison Connor never stops moving. Obviously,
Mhm.
Jade Owens doesn't stop moving. They're big, step out and shoot too. So constantly long rebounds. Um, I'm glad that part of my life is over. You know. Um, but uh, I was also, privileged enough to be at the UConn game at the Moody Center, which is an awesome win. I mean, I kind of dominated from start to finish, but the environment in the stadium was so awesome for, uh, a college women's game. Can you just talk about the crowds that y'all have been getting, and what it's like to play in the Moody Center versus Frank Irwin?
Yeah, so I know being able to be on the last team to play in Irwin Center and the first team to play in Moody has been really cool experience actually. Just because Irwin Center was so big and it's like
Huge.
historic. Like it's awesome, but it was giant. And so even when you have a bunch of fans, it didn't always necessarily feel like it. And so I don't think we never really got like too close to I think we got around 12,000 fans in Irwin one time, and still it was just like I think it holds around I don't even know how many it holds. So playing in Moody, it's kind of nice. It's a little more intimate. And so when you get big crowds, you can feel it and you feel like they're kind of on top of you. And I like
Hmm.
that feeling. I feel like it kind of gives the more home court advantage. But yeah, the UConn game was awesome. I think that was probably the best crowd we've had since I've been here. Just like it felt just like, everyone was just so loud. And like I like when we play Thunder before the tip off of every game and like the lights go out and we have like lightning on all the projectors and stuff, and just like being able to like look at the other team's face because they're kind of like, oh my god, like what is going on. I love that, and I think it's just Moody is like insane. It's just so nice. We're so blessed to have that facility. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and being to see like people come out for a women's basketball game is obviously just really exciting. I think it's definitely growing and it's on upward trend, which is awesome. But yeah, and like that game was so much fun from start to finish, just from the fans to how we played and everything. It was definitely a highlight for the season.
It was lit. I was very happy as a fan, as a better, the whole thing. Um, Obviously, I mean, you mentioned it before, but I guess you've basically dealt with, players on your team getting injured, a court piece every single year. But losing someone like Rory, who's all these high expectations. I mean, people were talking about player of the year, and I'm sure you're close with her. What has that been like? I mean, not saying that Aaliyah Moore's ACL last year wasn't as big of a deal, but you got a point guard who has a high usage rate, kind of been a focal point of Vic's program and system for the last few years. What's it been like? How is she doing? And just what has kind of been like the team morale since then?
Yeah, me and Rory are actually roommates, and we have been for a couple of
Of
years. So me and
course.
her are super close. And I mean, obviously, it was like heartbreaking.
Yeah.
You see it happen, and you really, really hope it's not what you think it looked like. And it ended up being. But yeah, I think right now it's just we're trying to help her out. She had surgery yesterday, actually. So
Mm.
now, she's being able to work towards something she can kind of see. She was doing prehab before surgery, and I think she was just really ready to get surgery over with and kind of start working from the ground up. So we're excited for that. Everything went well, and she's feeling a lot better today. So right now, I think it's just keeping her positive. I mean, when you see someone that like puts so much time and energy into the game and just like loves the game so much, and to see it like get taken away from them like that is obviously heartbreaking. So just I think it's really about like keeping the positive energy up for her sake, honestly, and just like keeping her locked into doing rehab and just trying to stay positive really for her. As a team, I think we know she has so much to offer to us still just on the sideline. I mean, her IQ and just like what she knows about the game is unmatched. So being able, unfortunately she can't like travel with us right now just for like medical reasons, but when she's on the sideline for us for like our home games, I mean, I'm constantly talking to her. I'll like run over and ask her about stuff, just like mostly defensively and kind of just tips and what she's seeing. And I know Maddie really, really appreciates having her on the sideline too. And just in practice, she actually got a little like folder the other day and it says like Coach Harmon on it. Like she really is a coach now. Like she's on staff basically, like because she has so much to offer and she just knows so much about the game. And I think, yeah, I mean, it's definitely an adjustment and we're having to find a new groove for sure. But Maddie's done a really great job, especially as a freshman. I can't imagine like she's just so composed. And I've said that since she's gotten here in the summer before she even had to be point guard. She's just very cool, calm, and collected. And it's really
Mhm.
like, it's really impressive and fun to watch. But yeah, it's heartbreaking and you wish, things could be different. But I think for now she's comeback's gonna be something else. And yeah, we just gotta keep working, put our head down and work. I think it's a team effort to fill that role because obviously one person can't do it because she's special, obviously.
We got an early nomination for roommate of the year. Hey, throw that up there.
Yeah.
Okay, Shay, I want to transition to off the court.
Okay.
A little birdie told us that you have 5 sisters.
I do. Yeah.
Also told us that you have one niece and then a niece on the way.
Yes.
So I want to ask you, what is Auntie Shay like? Like, what's your personality like? Do you bring all the good gifts? Do you bring the food? Like, what's that personality like?
Yeah, I'm lucky because I'm the closest, like,
Mm.
living wise. They live about, like, 8 minutes from my apartment, so I try to go over all the time, and during the summer when we have a little more time in between workouts, like, I'll basically kinda just, like, pick her up and we'll go and get smoothies or do whatever just around Austin,
Mm,
so I mean, trying to spend the most time with them as I can. Obviously, it's a little more hard in season, but luckily, my whole family lives in Austin still, which was a really important for me and partly why I wanted to come here,
Mm.
just so they can watch me play and I can see them. But yeah, all girls, no boys in sight, really. But yeah, I'm super excited. Yeah, the next niece should be here any day now, honestly. So yeah, really excited. But I try to spend the most time with them as I can. Just bring her to playgrounds and whatever. She loves coming to my games, so that helps me
Mm.
out with brownie points too. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Is she a
what's
super hooper? How
I think
old and
she
what's her
might
name?
be. She's 4, so we
Okay,
can't tell quite yet, but
okay.
she loves to watch it. That's, like, what she always asks to watch on TV is, like,
Oh,
"Can we watch Shay's games?" And so they, like, have
mm,
some of my games recorded, and they'll watch them or whatever, so
oh, that's cute. I love that.
that's adorable. What's the Juice Land order? Or is there a different smoothie place that you'd recommend in Austin?
Juiceland is my favorite, honestly. I get the honey berry either
Dude,
in smoothie
same.
form or in smoothie bowl form. Have you gotten the honey berry bowl? Because
I
you should
haven't.
if not.
I haven't. I mean, my wife put me on the honey berry, and I honestly, I may be like throwing us under the bus, but I think it's on the kids menu. I
It might be because it's my
At least a
niece's
smoothie.
favorite too, so
Yeah, but once you have it, it's like that good. So
it
I mean, I don't know.
is,
We gotta get an NIL deal for Shay with Juice Land.
for
You
real.
need to help me with this because I can't be the only person who thinks this. I feel like smoothie bowl is cold soup. And like it's hard for me. It's hard for me to buy into that. Like sell me right now because I just feel like why wouldn't I just get a smoothie and be on the go? Like why do I wanna
I
my
guess it's gotta be the right texture, I'll give you that. Sometimes they're too watery, and that does give cold soup vibes for sure. But if it's a good consistency, it's kinda like
it's like
almost
Froyo?
ice cream-ish, but, like, healthier.
Okay,
And then
okay.
you get the toppings, you get, like, the sliced banana, the peanut butter on top, maybe some chocolate chips, like, you get some extra things that you don't get with just, like, the smoothie on the go, so
Oh,
yeah,
I might try it. I might try it. I'll report back through Twitter, through
please
X.
do,
Wait,
yes.
wait, Ice, have you been to Austin?
No.
Oh
I'm
my
not going
God.
to Austin yet. No, on all of my travels. Nope, not yet.
Gotta
Not
Oh,
go. Well,
oh,
if you need Rex, I'm been here for 22 years, so I
yeah,
got you.
yeah. I only lived there for 8. Yeah, one more Austin question. What's your favorite taco spot? And I'm talking breakfast
Mm,
taco. It's the
yeah,
one I live in New
breakfast
York and I
tacos.
can't get them. Here. There's nobody,
That's
no
funny you
place.
say that. I have friends in New York, and they literally tell me that all the time. They're like, "I can't find breakfast tacos anywhere." I honestly my favorite breakfast tacos are from Counter Cafe. It's, like, on
Mm,
campus. Really good. They also have really good pancakes, so that's usually my order is it's, like their breakfast tacos, I think it's potato, bacon, egg, and cheese, and
Ooh.
then you get a pancake, and you can get it with fresh whipped cream and strawberries too, so that's, like yeah.
you gotta tell your friends if they haven't been. I'm sure they have to check out Bubby's in Tribeca. They're the best
Okay,
pancakes on the whole planet. And
Bubby's and okay.
when you go visit them, tell them to take you to Bubby's. They don't take reservations on the weekends. It's super packed. Line goes pretty fast, but
Okay,
I,
I'll keep that in mind.
Ice, I gotta take you. Come next week. I'm still unemployed. Okay. Uh,
Perfect.
uh, Wait. So y'all play at Stillwater next, correct?
We do, yeah, we leave tomorrow actually, and we play, I think it's an afternoon game Saturday, I think 2 PM. Yeah.
Okay. What are the favorite spots to travel for Big 12 wise?
Big 12 wise, I think honestly, like, unpopular opinion, but I love playing at Oklahoma just because I like the rivalry, I think.
Mm,
I think it's just really fun. Obviously, my dad played football at UT, so I've, like, grown up just, like, that's instilled in me. So I actually really like playing there, and then I guess I'm excited to check out the new, Big 12 teams, like, I think playing at Central Florida will be fun. I don't know if we go to BYU this year or not, but I think it'll just be fun to kinda hit up some new campuses and stuff, but I like going to Norman, and then, Fort Worth is actually really nice too. They kinda have a cool vibe going on there, so and it's quick drive, so
Yeah, the gym freaks me out though.
TCU's?
Yes.
Yeah, the court is a little whack.
Yeah,
The,
I
like,
mean,
pattern on it.
yeah. And I mean, I think I was at the TCU game last year that y'all had at TCU, and I think there was like 80 free throws. The game took 4 hours.
I
It's
think you're right,
exhausting.
yeah.
Exhausting. Um, is
I
there a go ahead?
Yeah, I got a quick question about your conditioning. Because
Okay.
if anyone has ever watched you play, you never stop moving. Like your motor is as high as anyone in the country. And Dano told me before we got on the pod that he was a little intimidated to talk to you because you're so
Oh my
ripped.
God, what the
And he's now in his, unemployed body. And so
I
it's
was just like, "Whoa, dude."
not
Whoa.
you're so ripped. Like, oh my gosh. But
I was like,
honestly,
"I gotta go back to the gym." Jesus. I know my wife's been telling me, but
actually. But on
Oh.
a serious note though, if you finish your basketball career,
Mhm.
you're in this world in which you have to exercise, but you can't play basketball and you can't run.
Yeah.
What is the thing you're picking up to like stay in shape?
And running's out of the picture because I actually like running.
Yeah,
Like
that's why I said it. Yeah,
okay.
because you like to run. There's no way
Yeah,
you're in the shape that you are and you don't like to run. So if
yeah,
you can't run and you can't play basketball, like you can't run like marathon kind
okay.
of, what would you pick up to like stay in shape? I'm curious.
I've actually in the off season, I've, like, gone with some of my, like, friends that, like, aren't in sports, and they've taken me to Pilates classes, and those are, like, no joke. Like, those are really hard actually. Like, because 'cause I've only done it a couple times, and, like, apparently it takes a couple classes to, like, really get it down, and I haven't gotten it down yet. It's, like, really hard. Like, you will be sore for days in places that, like, you didn't know you could be sore in, like, using muscles that, like, are clearly not usually used. So yeah, I think I honestly, like, once I'm done with basketball, that'll probably be my go-to, like, Pilates and running, because it's legit, like, for sure.
I love how you chose the next hardest thing instead of like, oh, I'm gonna swim because I love it and it's fun and my body doesn't hurt. Let's do
Yeah.
Pilates. I love it. I've been scared to try it. I'm gonna tell you, like a couple of my friends have come with me.
Mhm.
We'll have fun. No, we won't. It's
No,
not
we won't.
fun here. But
Yeah.
I applaud you for that. That's dope. I think hot yoga. I want to get into
Yeah,
hot.
no, that's good too. I like yoga for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My best season in my D3 career was my junior year, like stats wise for me. Was my junior year, and it was the semester, I guess, second semester when I was taking a jazz dance class.
Oh.
Um, and I always, and I've always been like, I was when I was like my most flexible, my happiest. I mean, I wanted to drop the class, and then the professor was like, "You're not going to." So then I made a couple of the freshman players take it with me, but I was absolutely dominating my mother-in-law in pickleball this entire break when I was staying with them. Um, I mean, I love to be competitive still. That's the thing. When you're done with basketball, you got to find some outlet. And I can
Yeah.
only
For
play
sure.
once a week at like Chelsea Piers over here. Play basketball once a week. And when I do that, it's like walking down the subway. I get getting a cramp. Like it's terrible. So don't lose that. But
Do you have film of the jazz class? Because now you mentioned it, now I've got to see
oh,
it. You have
Yeah,
film?
now
I
we
We have
need
I
proof.
I
we
do
need proof.
somewhere.
Okay.
I mean, I thankfully there shouldn't be any footage of like we did this one to a Rihanna song. That was
That sounds
something.
good. That sounds
Um,
good.
but no, I mean it was like the beginning of my relationship with my now wife. Like she'd watch me rehearse. It was like, wow, I'm comfortable enough to do this in front of her. Like, yeah, she's the one.
She's a real
Uh,
one for sure.
yeah, good old Southwestern University up in Georgetown.
Aw.
It's awesome.
Uh, you've played against a lot of different types of teams this year so far. I mean, you've had some games where it's like a high point. That was I don't want to say funny. That's just rude to say. but I mean, a lot of people didn't believe what the halftime score was.
Yeah.
Um, and then you have games like at Kansas State, which is a tough environment. The team is super good. I've been calling them my cats on Twitter. I do love them. I mean, they're still my horns. Like half my family went to Texas, but I do love watching Kansas State play. They're kind of like y'all, just a lot of size. Uh, can really muck up the style. Um, Ayoka Lee is different. She's
Yeah.
so tall. I mean, it's like you don't really see that in the rest of the Big 12.
Mhm.
So who are some of the players that I mean, you can say this over the course of your career that you've watched and you've been like, wow, um, like did not see that coming, or players that just kind of wowed you.
Yeah, obviously, I'll start with Ayoka. I think 2 seasons ago, she had 61 points in one game,
Yeah,
and it was
people
actually, I
forget.
think it was the game right before we played them, she had that, and so watching that film was pretty crazy. Yeah, she's awesome. She's obviously battled some injury too, so to
Mhm.
see her be able to she's moving really well and playing really well this year, so I'm happy for her, because I know that can be hard. But, yeah, I mean, in our conference right now, I think she's probably the most, like, wow one, I think. It's just you have to have a whole different defensive plan when you go into K-State, I think, just because her and then obviously credit to their guards too. They spread the floor. You can't, like, pack it in on her because 'cause they're really talented and good too. Um, yeah, I think I wanna go back to my sophomore year, though, when we played Baylor in the conference tournament championship, and they had, like, NaLyssa Smith and Queen, and, like, that team was stacked. Like, that team was and we struggled playing them, like, in the regular season. I think we ended up playing them, like, on a Saturday, Monday, or it was really back to back because it was like COVID or something with the schedule, and we lost back to back to them, and then we ended
Mhm.
up playing them again in the tournament. And that was really fun. I mean, they were they were just stacked. It was like watching NaLyssa Smith play was like unreal sometimes. And so to be able to like play them at such a high level in that game was so much fun. And I think Rory like was like
Yeah,
unconscious that whole tournament. She was unreal.
she had like
But
one
yeah,
turnover in 2 games or something. It was
Yes,
something
that
crazy.
like
was
that. She
good.
had 0 turnovers the whole tournament, and I think she overall, I think she had like, I don't know, her points were crazy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was insane. But yeah, those were probably some wow moments for sure.
Yeah, Side Creek Cougars, we're built different.
Yeah.
We're built different.
Different.
I don't think anyone's figured it out yet that like 70% of our guests have
I
some
know.
ish connection. It's hard for me to just like, because I'm from the best coast, not the middle of whatever you guys call that. Anyway, though, you're smart. You graduated UT Business School. You like that segue, Dano? Thank you.
Yes, you're
Start,
smart.
start with a compliment. You're smart.
Thank
No,
you.
but you graduated from UT Business School in just 3 years. You're now getting your master's degree in strategic communications.
Yes.
What is the plan? What are you preparing for, and how do you want to use those degrees? If you know yet, if you know.
Yeah. I'm not like hard set on something right now, and I'm glad I have a COVID year, a 5th year to kind of figure it out more completely. But yeah, I really enjoyed finance. I did that in Macombs for 3 years, and then and that was really challenging and really hard. But it was awesome. I think the Macombs like school business, it's like the professors are insane. I think every single professor I had worked in the field that they were teaching for like at least 10 years. So like not only are they like know the material obviously very well, but just the connections and the like real life experience was pretty unmatched, I think. So and I got to do some internships for like a private equity firm, and that was a lot of fun. Again, very challenging, but for the best for sure. And then yeah, I kind of wanted to branch out a little bit for my master's. I was looking at doing like maybe accounting for my master's or like staying in the business school. But I kind of wanted to see what else was out there just a little bit because obviously I know I like numbers, I like the finance side of things. But the communications master's has been really interesting. Again, the professors are like work and they're like the connections they have are like so cool. Like I've already been set up with a lot of really awesome people like outside of the university. So yeah, I'm just trying to do some more internships this summer. It's obviously kind of hard with the like basketball schedule, but yeah, I'm going to North Carolina over the summer and doing some internships there. So that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, I kind of want to stay in sports a little bit, just like, but maybe like the business side of things. So I think it'd be really, I've been kind of diving into like data analytics and sports analytics and stuff just because I think that's kind of majorly like on the rise. And it's kind of like a nice pairing of like numbers and sports for me. So I've been kind of meeting with people about that too, and I think that would be a lot of fun. But I'm not hard set on anything yet. But yeah.
If you go into data analytics, I guarantee you Dana will reach out and ask for your expertise when he's picking up numbers and doing lines. Right, Dano? Tell me your brain did not go to like, ooh, I'm gonna have a
Oh.
research.
No, I mean, I stare at numbers all day. I did it for my day job, and I do it to analyze women's basketball. Um, and so with that, it's been very fun. But I was gonna say, I mean, like her hoop stats. I mean, we have the largest database of stats like possible. We gotta get Shay doing something there. You know, like can't imagine a player actually, breaking down their own stats. I mean, I have y'all stuff pulled up. You have some great stuff happening there. 0.91 points per play already. Jeez. You
Yeah.
know, you the defensive rebound percentage could be better, but it's because you're blocking out and let other people get boards. I mean, we all know that. That's
Yeah, there you go.
yeah. But no, anyways, that's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, and it seems like the Texas community like really looks out for um, each other as far as employment opportunities, etc.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
you can always talk to Ice. I swear to God, I everywhere. I mean, I feel like I was this on a certain level of knowing people. Like I'll walk in, I'll walk into a Bucky's in a random time, right? And I'm just like, there's somebody I know there, like from
Yeah.
some point in my life, or I'll be at a Chick-fil-A in Colorado and see somebody, but I've never been anywhere with Ice where she doesn't know two or three people. So she like takes me and puts me on steroids. But it's especially with sports, Ice is super connected. Now she's always on TV, uh, talking to Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, and Shay Holle in 1 week. Good Lord.
Telling you, nobody's job is better than mine right now. No one.
Love it.
Roll this week, Shay. Thank you for making it happen.
Of course. Thank y'all.
Yes, thanks for hanging out with us. Wish you the best of luck. Stay healthy, and good luck to the Horns. We're winning a national championship in the next 2 years. You're leaving
Let's
with
do
a. I
it.
feel it. I feel it. I'll get the tattoo preemptively.
Oh, perfect. I love that. That's the kind of positive thinking I need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I need to
We're
call Ashley. I need to call Ashley. Hold on.
no. I mean, I already said I'm getting one. Uh, I made a bet on Twitter. I was like, if this game doesn't go under, I'm getting a tattoo in the last tournament. So I got to get one done before then.
Well,
Um,
you and Coach Schaefer can both get them together because he still owes us a tattoo, actually. So,
oh, really?
yeah,
All right.
Do
for
we
I,
winning
I
the conference. So he said he'd get one. So we're still waiting.
okay. I'll come down and we'll get our tattoos. I'll get one
Perfect.
of my dog and he'll do I don't know an
We'll
old
see.
big an old Big 12 logo since y'all are leaving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be in the SEC next year. It's so sick. It's
Yes,
so
I'm so
great.
excited. Yes, it's gonna be so much fun. It'll be a
No.
whole new world, I feel like.
It
Yeah,
is.
Yeah.
It's a vlog out there.
I know. Yeah.
I will say last question, fun one. We did have the privilege of talking to Coach Vic and Blair,
Okay.
and we found out Coach is a singer. Have you ever heard him sing?
Oh, yes, he does like to send us personalized happy birthday videos on everyone's birthday, and he sings in them. So, and it's usually of him and his dogs, and he will be singing happy birthday. So yeah, we look forward to those every year.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, we did not get that fact before.
Is it
Oh,
like
Yeah.
what's the setting here? Is it like in the living room and like there's a
Um,
like someone
Personally, my birthday's in September. He was actually in the pool. He was chilling in the pool, but I'm not sure what everyone's setting is. Yeah.
that is so cool. I
Mhm.
would love a compilation of those. Can you
Yeah,
imagine?
I need to like text the team and see all of them. That'd be
That would
probably
go
pretty
that's
good
viral content right there. That's viral
for
content
sure.
already. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Shay. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank y'all.
You're welcome. Good luck this season.
Thank you. Appreciate